The boxes are for yesterday. They're for jerks and push presses and stuff. So I don't do it from the floor. Today they're gonna be for snatches and clean jerks. What's up, mashing? I don't know why you deleted your original one. Went from what's up to sup. Sup. Sup, bruh. Block snatch and block clean jerk. That's what I be doing. Setting up for him, I guess, technically. Oh, this is hot. Remove the lid for one, but also move the things to the side so it's not getting in the way when I am able to drink it. Still too hot. Still too hot. You might be. You might be the special one. Oh, nope. 3 other people now. You're not special anymore. You were special. I'm going to be doing block snatch and block clean and jerk. So I'm just warming up a little bit. I'm going to get my shoes on and then just keep warming up. So snatches from the blocks. Clean and jerks from the blocks. So we'll see how those feel. I don't necessarily have a specific number. I'm just going to work up in both lifts and then try to improve it in the next 3 weeks. And the last 3 weeks for the meets. Keep going in the, like I said, the next 3 weeks, and then the last 3 for the meet. Just do, probably this day would just be snatch, clean, jerk for 2 weeks, and then nothing or really light. So 3 more weeks of block work. And my new water heater thing, that water, or I guess electric water heater, whatever you want to call it, to make like tea and stuff, works really well, but the tea is like boiling. Which I suppose is, you know, what you'd ideally want, but I'd like to drink some of it at some point too. So I'd say for I appreciate it, but we'd like to get up to 115 kilos in the snatch and then 140 in the clean and jerk, but we'll see if I'm able to do a bit more. I think I'm more likely to do a little bit more in the snatch than in the clean and jerk, at least that's my thinking. No glasses now, though. Hey, don't worry. So knee wraps on and 40 kilos and start warming up. I'm gonna put plates on it here in a sec. First, we test the key. It's close. It's almost ready for the lid. Don't. Right? I don't even know what you're saying. All right, 40 kilos. First warm-up set. I don't like these strips. Typical reliable. One more coffee sip. Ready for the lid. I don't know what's going on. All right, we'll do 40 again, and then start moving up. So 70 kilos now. Alright. These straps are getting caught again. Not fighting them. I don't even know what you're kind of with the car. I don't know. I'm gonna repeat 70. I don't think I'd be able to put the amount of plates for a car on the bar. I don't really care about strongman training either. All right. 70 kilos again. Ooh. I don't know what that sentence is saying. Alright. Nande. Just, I don't know. All right. 110. Actually, don't trust these. These straps are letting me down a little bit. All right, redo that one. Get the better straps. I think that's didn't feel right. What it is. Should have slow today. Do it one more time. Shouldn't have done that the first time. Just wasn't trying hard. Do it one more time. Well, it will probably. Yeah. Ah, that's good. Ah. Whew. And also, Dice, I know you're trying to be nice if you're still here, but saying negative stuff like don't get hurt prior to attempting a heavy lift is really, I don't want to say disrespectful, but it's like the worst thing you can do to someone that's trying to do something difficult and heavy is like, don't get hurt. You're just putting negative energy in the air. Be like telling someone that's going to do a 100-meter dash, like, don't run too fast, you might hurt yourself. Like, it's like, inherently, it's a risk of what you do. But saying, don't get hurt. Don't do too much. Like, I know it's not from, like, a malicious standpoint, but it is certainly, like, a really disrespectful thing to say to someone that's about to do. And it could be anything, like sprinting, jumping, any sort of like high exertion thing. It's a reference. I don't know if you're still here though. I'm gonna drop that and then dip that. But 125 in the first week of 3. It's good. Lockout felt pretty good on it too. Yeah. Almost drifted forward after I corrected it back, but was able to get it. That's really good though. Plan was originally 115. It's kind of like the benchmark, but even like I was missing 110. I just knew like just had to try harder, and like I had the strength there and the speed. And the same with like the 120. Missing it behind like that though, that's usually like a really good sign. I almost just went up after missing it from behind, but like no, you gotta make it before I go up. So it felt really good, and it was just similar to actually the 125. I just wasn't able to correct it. It was just drifting a little too far back, and when it's doing that, it's best most of the time just to let it go, because you can just do it again. So now it is time for a clean endurance. Back is pumped. Low back is pumped for whatever reason. Whew. Ugh. All right. Time for some anabolic chest between sets. See if I can actually play a game. That's going to be the real question. How connected am I to Wi-Fi? Whew. Well, I'm connected to Wi-Fi with this phone, so I may be able to play some anabolic chess with it. We'll see how it actually works. I think that, yeah. Yeah, I think he's in a bad spot. See if he can get out of it. Probably not. He probably won't get out of it, but I'll blunder. Oh, I don't know. Oh, Pierce. Always weird when people want to say shocking things. I guess that's what gives them entertainment because they don't really have very interesting lives. So they have to say random stuff like that to see if they can get a free reaction, I guess. I'm actually not really sure why people decide to do that. I guess they just, like, they don't really have social etiquette or they're just kind of weird. To each their own, I suppose. To each their own. I guess I see like a stream with not a lot of people and they think that their chat will get attention because there's not as many viewers in it. Which isn't a negative, necessarily a incorrect thought, but it's just odd that they think that they'll. I don't know. I just don't know like if they're trying to get like a freak out or something. I mean, they just really weird thing because it's not socially acceptable to be this weird. But each their own. We're gonna do one. Oh, we gotta play faster. Get one game of chess in. One win, I should say. And then Oh, 0.8 seconds. That's what it do. Oh, he's gonna be tilted. Losing on my backup phone on Wi-Fi out in the shed. That's pretty embarrassing. All right. Ooh, my black tea's probably nice and not boiling. Oh, it's still hot though. Oh, it's cooking. Although a hot beverage almost always feels good while you're training. I guess unless it's already hot. Pretty warm out though, but it's not like crazily warm. Cool enough for a hot drink, but not hot enough to make it impossible. But hopefully these jerks feel pretty good. Sometimes my left knee. Uh-oh. Da-po-po. It's interesting. Usually you hear the siren from further away because they'll use my street as kind of like a connecting area to get to different parts of the city. But it's like it started on the street, so I wonder if someone got someone was pulling down a little fast. A little hard to do on my street now because they put speed bumps, which on one hand are nice because people can't go 400 miles an hour down their hill, but I wish they were the ones that were not as aggressive because even if you're going 4 miles an hour, it feels like it's just doing too much. And you're not able to go on them evenly, even if you try to. Maybe it's by design, but I feel like a speed bump, even if it's like one of the rounded ones that you can go over, 10 miles an hour normally, then it's accomplishing the same thing. Because if you go too fast, it's gonna, slam your stuff around. But I don't know. It's not a well designed speed bump for sure, or it's super well designed to make it so your car can never go straight on it. Which for people just passing through is not that big of a deal, but I don't know. I wish I was. I wish I was. Get my. It's too nebulous of a question. This deadlift is 310 kilos. So I think it's like 684 or something. Something like that in pounds. But 310 in kilos, so whatever that is in pounds. Whatever that be in pounds. Huh. Zero. All right. 70 kilos. Ugh. Yeah. I don't know what a squat clean though is. Yeah, block clean. I don't know what a squat clean is though. Sounds like some weird CrossFit thing. Oh, well, I cooked by that. Ugh. Didn't dry very well on that jerk, but yeah, try her on the clean. It was a bad clean. We'll get on this one. I just did a bad clean, so it made me not have as much energy for the jerk. Yeah. So you get it back more, bounce up the clean easier, and then just go right to the jerk. Not be hesitant. Not to be hesitant. Clean still stunk. That was much better jerk. Thanks. Try her on this one. Yeah, I only do all the lifts. Redo my reps. And then give it my all at 145. Extend fully and move fast. The locks just add more weight. So the white plate makes 140, so 308 in pounds. And then the clip adds another 2.5 kilos each side, so it makes it 145. It's like putting a red on, like the little red. Oh, drop the rat. I think if you stop calling clean squat cleans, you get stronger. I don't know though. I've never done a squat clean. Alright. Get locked in. Big confidence. I've done 150 recently, but 145 today will be really good. I'll set me up good for the next 2 weeks. Up. That's what we call good effort. I had it weird in my left hand when I was racking the jerk. Usually you want it like right below the calluses, and there it was kind of like rolled up on it, but it doesn't really impact the jerk. It just doesn't feel right. I just had to be confident with the breath, letting the bar do its thing, and then going yeah yeet, yeah yeet. That's how you do that weight. Right before you do it, you go yeah yeet, and it goes above your head like magic. Hit them with a yeah yeet. But oh yeah, hook grip's key. It's not really that hard though. Because my name's not Steve, that's why. Well, thank you. Yeah. 150, I believe, is my best ever for the block clean and jerk. I've block cleaned, I want to say 160, but I don't know if I actually did. I don't know if it was 155. So 145 is definitely a high percentage of that, and difficult to do for me for sure. But ideally then next week, it's kind of a weird thing to say. Sounds like a Steve thing to say. Are all Steves as weird as you, or is it just because it's you in particular? What's up, Goda? Oh, let's avoid copyright if we can, but no, it's really good. So then tomorrow I'll be doing, I think, front squats. I think I'm just gonna keep splitting, kind of like this. Originally I was doing some light front squats today, but I think it'll be good having tomorrow because A, I'll be fresh for them. B, they're not that heavy anyway, so they're not gonna impact me for Saturday. And I think it will allow my knees the most time to recuperate, so I'm not overstraining them on any particular day of training. Plus then today, I'm not going to do it on the stream, but I'll do some upper body accessories with the bands, and then so some triceps and a little bit of biceps, and then some ab wheel in the house. Ab wheelers. Speaking of abs, Steve, those will blow up your abs. That is for sure. It'll wreck you. Wreck you in kind of a good way. Let's see. I have cleaned 176 from the floor. I am significantly worse from the blocks. So I have power cleaned 147 from the floor. My block power clean is 125 or 120. So if that gives you a reference with how bad my leverages are for block cleans. For block snatches, though, I'm built really well randomly, or at least they feel really good when I do them. So I've done actually two more kilos from the blocks than from the floor. It's less inertia, but because I have relatively longer arms, I just don't have as much to pull versus when my arms are in the snatch. I feel like my longer legs, I'm able to get them into it a little bit more. But yeah, like from the floor, it's significantly easier for me to do cleans. Um, Low block cleans, I haven't really pushed too aggressively, like below the knee, but those don't feel nearly as bad. But at least in my view, I don't really value them as much. Like I might as well just pull from the floor because it's not really any different. At least it doesn't. It feels better from the floor, of course. But yeah, high block cleans are like they're really difficult. I don't think I'll ever get to what I could do off the floor from the high blocks for the clean, for sure, because it's just such a bad leverage. And it's kind of, I would say it's not quite mid thigh. It's like right above the knee, but a little bit. I would say like mid thigh. Like if you're chopping your leg in half, I would say it's like below that. So like I don't know. I would say I just call it above the knee because it's not directly above the knee. It's a little bit higher than that. But yeah, if it was like mid thigh, like I literally wouldn't be able to. Like it would nothing. I would do like 70 kilos. Like it would any higher than where it is. Like I actually wouldn't have anywhere to go to get any momentum. But yeah, like where it is now, it's like that would be my mid thigh, so it's a little bit lower than that. So it's not like significantly different than that, but for me, when I'm considering blocks or positions, I think above or below the knee. Once you start delineating between like mid and all of that, I don't think it's necessarily bad, but for me, it's just like it's too hard to keep track of for one, but also you get too far for me into the weeds of like, is this mid, is this above the knee, is this or that, when it's not significantly different to it enough. You just want to use the consistent, like I use this height of the blocks and it's above my knee and that's consistent enough. And when I train at the gym and I have blocks as well, I try to get it to be in a similar position. And it's probably not literally in the same exact spot, like it might be a little bit different, but it's close enough to where it's comparable. Yeah, if I was like truly like up more in my thighs, like I wouldn't have, nothing would happen. I'd be able to muscle clean something like 70 kilos, but like nothing would happen. Cause like once you get any higher than where I'm at, like my contact in the clean is like at that mid thigh point. It's lower than some like shorter people, and I actually don't think it's a technical fault. I think it's just literally because my arms are like I'm 5'11". I'm not like super tall, but I'm also not. I don't have like short stubby arms to pull into my hip a lot, and I don't think it's really important to. It's important to pull to what's efficient for you, and I would argue that if I can clean 170 on a pretty regular basis, and I've cleaned 175 and 176, that my clean mechanics are pretty good, especially when my jerk is not up to that standard. But you can always get better. And that's one of the things I've kind of figured out with block cleans is I can kind of move my hands out a little bit more than what I had been. And it made them more comfortable. And I don't know if that's necessarily better from the floor, but I've been trying to experiment doing that from the floor as well to try to, I guess, get more height on it before I try to go under. So it's a slight difference. It's not a radical one, but I think getting better at block cleans, because I'm so bad at them, there's just a lot of nectar to get from that lift. Because I hate doing them, for one, because they're so difficult mentally and, of course, physically. But I'm kind of forcing myself to do them because the more I do them, obviously, the better you get at them. But for me, like the speed under the bar for both the snatch and the clean will always be my biggest weakness. I can pull anything really fast, but the speed underneath is not my strong suit. And with block cleans, it's like you gotta go. Yeah, just learn hook grip. Like if you're that new at lifting or at weightlifting, just learn hook grip. It'll help you a lot, and it's not hard to learn. It's a good skill. So it's something that like it will obviously allow you to lift more weight, and the hook grip isn't really important with lightweights, as I'm sure if you're doing snatch and the clean jerk without them, you already know. But as you get to heavier weights, it allows you to obviously do them, but it allows you to not fail because of your grip. Your technique doesn't really change with the hook grip. What you'll notice, like if you just grab the bar, that's obviously how you grab it. But once you hook grip, your grip more of the weight's on these two fingers and your thumb slightly. So it doesn't really obviously it doesn't change the lift and it makes it better for smashing the clean jerks, but it makes it different than when you're doing essentially what you're doing is no hook work. So it makes it feel different at first and it takes practice to just get used to that feeling and not going back to like that no hook feeling, trying to trusting the hook grip. That's something I even struggle with. I will choke the bar when you get like, you know, yeah, and it's less. I mean, you're gonna feel the pinch in your thumb. What I mean is, you're holding the hook, your grip like that. When you hook grip, often like when I still struggle with this, but like I want to grip it just like I'm holding it without a hook grip, but your grip will kind of naturally turn a little bit. And that's what I was noticing is when I got to heavier weights, with lighter weights, it didn't really make a difference. My grip kind of stayed like this for the most part. But as I got to heavier weights, if my arm straightened, it would, my wrist would kind of go like that a little bit. And it's not like a weakness, it's just the hook grip doing its job. And I was putting myself in a disadvantaged position because my arm is going to go into that. It's kind of just like something that happens when you lift with a hook grip if you're holding that because your pinky and that are not going to do as much as the hook grip. So I was rolling into it a little bit more, and I'm being over dramatic about it to demonstrate it. But I was realizing that I was over gripping, and so I was trying to relax my grip, and that's not something I'm practicing today with the straps. But yeah, that will help a lot too. Thinking about just really grabbing it with those and trusting the hook grip because if you got thumb tape or if the weight's not light, you're not doing like high reps with it, then you'll be able to do all your work with it without much issue. You just kind of have to build the calluses. And for me, the thumb, when I'm able to use thumb tape most of the time, I don't really have issues with the calluses there. Sometimes on the palm, but as long as you're kind of wearing it down, it doesn't really become an issue. But yeah, I practice hook grip with everything, whether you're doing pulls, snatches, clean and jerks, everything, just to get used to them and just feel what it's like because it's gonna be uncomfortable as if you're doing heavier deadlifts and stuff with it, but you get used to it and then it just becomes second nature. And eventually for pulls, you'll just always want to use straps, which is pretty common for like 99% of weightlifters because it doesn't really hurt me to necessarily do them with a hook grip, but it's just one of those things. It's like, is it worth the is it worth the skin kind of wearing that down with it? But yeah, it's not really that difficult, especially because any weight that you'll snatch and clean jerk is going to be submaximal to what you can deadlift as far as hook grip go. That's one thing Mark Ripto doesn't really say, but it's very true. It's not like, oh, your snatch should be half your deadlift or whatever like that. But because if you can deadlift, say, 150 kilos, doing a snatch with 70, your grip is not going to be the limiting factor for the most part. And same with clean and jerks. Like if you can do a clean deadlift with 150, you're going to be able to hold 100 kilos with a hook grip with pretty comfortably. It's easier with a narrow bar. Well, yeah, everything is easier with a narrow bar because that's a women's bar because the women's hands are smaller. But yeah, you should use the 45-pound bar because the narrow bar is thinner, so that's why it's easier because the bar is literally the diameter is smaller. Whether it's a training bar or a women's bar, it's literally like the diameter is smaller, so it makes it easier to hold. That's one of the adjustments they make for women's bar because their hands are on average smaller than males. So now I'm gonna get canceled for saying genetic facts like that, but yeah, you just gotta man up and use the bigger bar. That's really all it comes down to. It's not a. It takes time. I've been doing it for like 7 years at this point, 6 7 years, and I'm certainly not as good as I can be, nor am I an expert or anything. But you just have to do it enough times to be used to it, and then you just start fixing things. It's a it's a lifetime project that you never get to the top of the mountain. It's pushing Sisyphus' stone forever, which is for me the exciting part. I like it because it's a never-ending challenge. You never get perfect at it, but if you do everything right, you usually do get a little bit better. And eventually, it's not better than yesterday. It's better than last month, or it's better than a year ago, or just better than what you can remember. Because eventually, the progress slows down significantly. But you can always make technical improvements, or have good technical days, or do things that are healthy that allow you to recover to have good technical days. Like yesterday, I got more sleep, or I guess last night I got more sleep, so then I had more energy today. So it allows me to live better today. So then I'm able to think about all the correct things a lot better today, and able to exert myself harder to do whatever lifts today. So it's like it's a downstream thing as well. So it's not just improving in the gym, but it allows you, or creates, it gives you an excuse to eat healthy, sleep better, to do all the basic stuff that's not really rocket science, and it's free. Not that eating is necessarily free, but like eating healthy is not necessarily difficult as far as like a financial aspect. In some ways, food's really expensive, but compared to eating junk food, it's not. Sleep's free though. Oh, sneezing is free too. Get that for free. I don't charge for that. But that's gonna be it for this live stream. My phone's probably about to die anyway. But thanks for stopping by, bud. I don't know how often I've been live streaming more this week, just 'cause I've been training at the house more this week. But it varies a lot. Usually around 6, 7, 8 o'clock when I end up getting out here. But low code. But yeah, gonna do accessories. So I got my red band, mini resistance, to get absolutely yoked out of my mind. Thank you, brother. Have a good one. Learn the hook grip, and then get back to me once you learn it. Let me know. Deuces.